It is time for RINO versus MAGA, or MAGA versus
Oh,
RINO. Well, is it a home game for me? I'm not really sure. So, today's debate, the Trump rape trial. Actually, it's technically it's battery, because this isn't a criminal case; it's a civil case. But yeah, it's rape that's been alleged.
oh,
And
really?
so,
I was not aware. You cannot sue somebody for raping you.
well, yeah, but I for some reason it comes under the tort of battery. But
Huh.
yeah, you can. I mean, those are the facts that are being alleged. So, and of course, this has to go along on ideological grounds. It can't be a factual question. You've got to be, if you like Trump or you don't like Trump. That's how you view it. So we will let Tim begin, so that I can give the James Jackson Kilpatrick rejoinder once he's done with the presentation of his case. Go ahead, Tim.
Well, first of all, I find it really interesting that you can't sue anyone under the charge of rape. I guess that's because in a tort case, only the attorneys are allowed to rape.
Like I say,
Secondly,
the facts can be rape. I think it just comes under battery. It's just a designation. But go
Secondly,
ahead.
secondly, the big thing, and this is funny because I watch a Weekly World News with David Muir every single night
Oh, okay.
uh, uh, over dinner. It's a diet attempt. I'm hoping I can lose weight by having to watch David Muir while I eat. And
Okay.
every single night they show that one thing. They show that picture. They say Trump said she's not my type. But yet, when showed a picture in Discovery, he pointed at her and said, "That looks like Marla Maples."
Right.
and
Right.
uh and they every night, every single night, that same point. And all I can think is, well, if you're actually going to cheat on your wife, uh why would you cheat on some on your on with someone that looks exactly like your wife?
There you
It seems to me you're going to go for a little variety. so
go.
so my guess is Marla Maples at that point was not his type. So
Yeah.
I don't see how that's damaging to the defendant in that instance. And
Uh,
finally, before
sure.
before you before you
Yeah.
filibuster the rest of the segment,
Yeah.
um, finally, I want to say I think something happened in that dressing room. I don't think that might be out of bounds, but it seems to me it shouldn't take 30 years to figure out it was rape rather than voluntary. Her little 50 shades of gray moment where the rich man gave her some underwear, go in here and try them on, and then second later, hey honey, it it also seems to me that she would know whether it was 30, 31, 32, maybe 29 years ago. It seems to me that she should be able to pinpoint it with a little more specificity.
Tim, you insolent slut. So the well, I note that a Manhattan jury has found that Ed Sheeran's hit "Thinking Out Loud" did not infringe on the copyright of the classic Marvin Gaye song "Let's Get It On." So we'll find out if a Manhattan jury next week doesn't believe that Ms. Carroll infringed on the copyright of Law and Order SUV with the idea of that story, since it was very similar to that. And whether Trump said "let's get it on" or not is another factual question. It's interesting that you mentioned that you did think that something happened in that dressing room. The problem is this isn't a consent case. This isn't a classic he said she said. He's denying that he even knows her or ever met her.
Well,
And
sure.
one of the problems is that, and I wasn't in the courtroom, but I read some of the descriptions. She goes into detail on meeting him at Bergdorf Goodman, and that, and he says, "Oh, you're that advice lady," or something like that. I mean, even conversation, all this kind of stuff. There's all these little details, which do resonate as if there was a meeting. Now, Trump could have admitted, "Oh yeah, that happened," but he isn't. He's saying, I've
Well,
never met this woman in my life. So the problem is that is going to be in her favor. In addition, she did. have a couple of people that she contemporaneously told about this, so it's not like it's from nowhere. But I admit, there are problems because my big problem is the one fact that I'm wrestling with is that she kept going back to Bergdorf Goodman like 23 times to shop. And I don't know if you'd go to shop at the place where you got raped. But the other thing.
Did she try it? Did she try on clothes? I think that would be the thing. Did she try on clothes while she was shopping?
Right. She wouldn't do.
I could see that she wouldn't. And yeah, I don't think she'd go into the dressing room again.
But the other things, they said that she admitted that she loved the show The Apprentice, but she qualified. She said she didn't like the part that Trump was doing. She liked the contestants, and she knew a couple of the contestants. So yeah, I think she had some answers for the cross-examination. But I mean, she was even asked. Apparently, CBS's boss Les Moonves, who was fired for sexual harassment, more than harassment, sexual assault, I think. Apparently, attacked her, and she complained about him and wasn't suing him. And her answer for that was, well, he groped me, so that's different from rape. And secondly, he didn't grind her face in it by denying this. So part of this that she's coming forward, and she's also got the defamation case as well with this, that's twinned with this, is that Trump denied the whole thing. So she then sued. But yeah, I mean, there's problems with this.
Well, of course he's going to deny it, because in the era of Me Too, she wanted it is no longer a viable defense.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, the problem is, I mean, you could have made out a consent case. Possibly they were flirting with each other. They go up. What was this underwear that he was buying or something? I mean, so that's already has a sexual connotation. And I'm a celebrity. You're a celebrity. I think. I mean, the whole idea, this whole thing about who's my type. I mean, what's the type for a rapist? Seriously. I mean, come on, not my type. I mean, I love how brazen Trump is, because even at his deposition, he told the opposing attorney, "You're not my type either." So, I mean, and he says it matter of factly. So, I think Trump may be convicted for being a sleazebag. But we'll see. And in any event, right now it's a well-hung jury, I would say. And that is the end of RINO versus MAGA for this week. Let's go to something else right now. So Tucker Carlson.
Well, at least the jury was well hung, because
there we go. I don't know. I thought I got the joke out, but
No, you did. I just wanted to say,
that's okay.
Point out that according to Stormy Daniels, the defendant is not.